Hi guys, very good evening. As we discussed last time and also I mentioned in the group that today we are going to start with the next chapter, that is dissolution of firm. Now if you see the order in your syllabus now, if you see the index, first was introduction and partnership final accounts which we are done. Second was final accounts for not for profit concern, that I will do towards the end of the year. Then we did admission. Now after admission, if you see now, the next two chapters as per the index is retirement of partner and death of partner. Now that purposely I have kept it pending. The reason is it is a bit interconnected with admission. Usme in 90% of the sums you have to prepare evaluation, partners capital, cash bank, goodwill and balance sheet. So what will happen? That again I'll keep towards the end because that time now retirement death bhi ho jayega and along with that a little bit of revision of admission will also happen. That's what I do every year and I will do the same thing this year also. So here we start with the next chapter, that is dissolution of firm. First, what do you mean by dissolution? As I told you, majority of the chapters in your SYJC you all are doing of partnership only. A partnership firm is there. Say for example, there are three partners. They are doing the business. Now what happens? Due to some or the other reason, say partners may there is roj ka jhagda, there is lot of dispute among the partners, business is going into losses or any other personal reason, partners say now we cannot manage further, let's finish it off, let's close the business. Closing the business is called as dissolution of firm. So when I say dissolution of firm, firm here means partnership firm and dissolution means closing down the business. An existing partnership firm which is conducting their business activities, they decide let's finish it off, enough of it, we cannot carry the business further, any reason, dispute among the partners, business going into losses, any other reason they cannot manage, whatever it is, they decide let's take a break permanently, business ban kar do. So closing down the business is called as dissolution of firm. Answering one sentence mein aata, what is dissolution? Closing down the business is called as dissolution and closing down the business of partnership firm is called as dissolution of firm. Okay, now see, we prepare balance sheet. Final accounts mein kiya, admission mein kiya. Why we prepare balance sheet? What is balance sheet? It is the statement of your assets and liabilities which we carry forward in the next year. But a dissolution, what is dissolution? Closing down the business. When we are closing the business only, there is no question of taking anything in the next year. So in this chapter dissolution, you will never have to prepare a balance sheet. No balance sheet is to be prepared in dissolution as the business is shutting down. Okay? Now, what all types of activities takes place when a firm is dissolved? When dissolution takes place, firm is dissolved, what other activities takes place? Firm ban kar rahe ho, business ban kar rahe ho. You have some assets, what will happen? You will sell the assets. That is called as realization. You will sell the assets, you will take the money. After selling the assets, against that the money which you get, from that money you have to pay off the liabilities. You sell the assets, whatever money you get on sale of assets, that money you use to pay off your liabilities. After paying off the liabilities, if still there is money remaining with you, that will be given to the partners. And in case there is no money, then the partners will bring the money from their personal cash. This is what happens. I repeat, you sell the assets, on sale of assets, you collect money, from that money, you pay off your liabilities. After paying off liabilities, settle the accounts of partners. If there is surplus remaining, pay to the partners. If there is a shortfall, partners will bring. Also, when you dissolve firm, there are certain expenses to be incurred. Abhi suppose koi asset hai, you do some repairing, that is called as realization expenses. Any expenditure incurred when the firm is dissolved is called as dissolution expenses, or we also call as realization expenses. So there will be sale of assets, incurring of dissolution or realization expenses, payment of liabilities and settlement of partners' capital. When I say payment of liabilities and sale of assets, you can sell it to outsiders, take money, you can pay to outsiders, or at the same time, a particular partner may take over an asset or liability. Suppose business ka machinery hai. You are selling it for 20,000 to an outsider. One partner says, I need it. So you don't sell it to an outsider, give it to the partner and adjust in that particular partner ka account. Same way, if a liability is to be paid, one partner says, okay, no problem, don't worry, I'll take care of that. So a partner can take over an asset or liability. That can also happen. How to do accounting of all that? That we will see in some time. So this is what happens when dissolution ka process is done. As compared to final accounts and admission, you will find this chapter comparatively easier. It's not that big chapter also. It's a small chapter, but not a very small chapter, but definitely much smaller than admission and final accounts. Okay? Now, isme there are very high chances they can ask you journal entries also. Dissolution is the only chapter where the highest chances of journal entry come. Sab mein aata hai. Final accounts में admission, retirement, debt, everywhere it comes. But it may come once in 3-4 attempts. But dissolution में the possibility of journal coming is highest. But again that we will do towards the mid of the chapter. Starting May, we will just prepare accounts. Now, what all accounts you have to prepare? Admission may we prepared revaluation account. Dissolution may you will have to prepare an account called as realization account. REAILISATION, realization account. This is the first account. In each and every sum you have to prepare realization. It is for realizing or paying off your liabilities or realizing your assets. All transaction relating to assets realization, transfer of assets and liabilities, payment of liabilities and expenses, everything is dealt through in realization. So one account, realization. Second account, partners capital. Third account, cash bank. These three accounts have to be prepared in each and every sum. What you see on the board, realization, partners capital, cash bank. These three accounts have to be prepared in each and every sum. Plus there might be additional account, like if there is a partner's loan. In this chapter, compulsory you have to prepare a partner's loan. It's a very small 3 line ka account aata hai, but you have to prepare. And in case there is a current account, final account, what we used to do? Agar capital and current both are there, we used to just prepare current account or khali capital tha. Yahan pe, if capital and current both are there, dono account banega. Capital account bhi banega, current bhi banega. But that will come towards the end. So starting में 3 common accounts which are there in each and every sum. Later on, extra accounts will also come. Realization, partners capital, cash bank, plus other accounts, that is later on. But initially we will deal only in these 3. Again I am repeating, realization account is an account where all recording of assets and liabilities, transferring, payment, receipt, expenses are to be dealt. Any transaction relating to partners will come in partners account. Cash bank, money comes in, you will debit cash bank. Payment is made, you will credit cash bank. This is the base. Today, being the first lecture, I am just doing one sum. Understand that sum very carefully. It should be very comfortable for you all, so that next time when we meet, you all are thorough with the base. Okay? So I start with the sums. Come to page 299. Question number 14. Page 299, question number 14. यहाँ पे one good thing is that when you read, there is no need for any marking because business बंद हो रहा है. There is no statement of balance sheet to be prepared in this. ठीक है? Let's see. Page 299, question number 14. Let's see. Ganesh and Karthik are partners sharing profits loss equally. They decided to dissolve the firm on 31st March 18. Balance sheet is given. Creditors, bills payable, reserve fund, capital, building, furniture, data, stock, bill receivable, cash. Assets realized, building, data, stock, BR. Ganesh took over furniture for 10,000. Realization expenses amounted to 2,000. Show realization account, partners capital and cash account. Okay? Now see, format. As I told you, these 3 accounts are standard. First, realization. Now what you will do? In your notebook, you will give the heading in the books of firm. Realization you will prepare around 3/4 of the page. 75% of the page you use for realization. Now I have done it on the next side because मेरे को ज़्यादा नीचे जाना पड़ेगा. उसके नीचे partners capital of around 6 to 7 lines. What you can do on the first page, bottom से 6 to 7 lines का partners capital and उसके ऊपर realization. So around 3/4 of the page realization, around 1/4 of the page partners capital. यहाँ पे there are two partners. Same we have to do how we do in admission and final accounts. Partners capital में particulars गणेश कार्तिक and next page पे around 6 to 7 lines का cash plan. ठीक है? These three accounts are there in each and every sum. I'll repeat. First page पे 3/4 page 75% of the page realization. नीचे से around 6-7 line partners capital and third page पे थोड़ा cash bank so that we can present it comfortably. Okay? चलो now let's start understand the concept of posting very carefully. सबसे पहले entire balance sheet का posting. See the first two items, creditors and bills payable. Admission में क्या करते थे? We used to put it in the balance sheet. As I told you, dissolution में balance sheet आएगा ही नहीं. Realization account is meant for posting of assets and liabilities. So what you do? Creditors and bills payable, liabilities. Liability always have a credit balance. Come to the credit side of realization. Give the heading. Since there are two liabilities, by sundry liabilities, heading दे दो. Sundry मतलब more than one liabilities. Creditors, first column में लिखो 18,400. Bills payable, first column में लिखो 5,600. Take the total 18 and 5 23 and 24. ठीक है? I'll repeat. Bills payable, creditors both are outsiders. It will be transferred to credit side of realization by sundry liabilities. Suppose there was only one creditors, then there is no need to give the heading. You can just write by creditors, but it's more than one. So by sundry liabilities, creditors and bills payable. All outside liabilities will be transferred to realization account. Next, reserve fund. Business बंद हो रहा है. We have done in admission also. What is reserve fund? Reserve created amongst the partners. Reserve created amongst the partners. That will be distributed exactly the same way how we did in admission. Two partners are there. 20,000 ratio equal दिया है. Come to the credit side. एक लाइन छोड़ दो opening balance के लिए. Then write by reserve fund account 10,000. 10,000. By reserve fund account 10,000. 10,000. Okay? Next. Capital, same way. By balance brought down. Ganesh 40,000. Karthik 80,000. Ganesh 40,000. Karthik 80,000. Clear? I'll repeat. What you did? Creditors, bills payable, credit side of realization by sundry liabilities, reserve fund and capital exactly same way how we did in admission. ठीक है? Come to the asset side. Now see. Building, furniture, data, stock, BR. All here are called as realizable assets. Understand this. All here are called as realizable assets. मतलब realizable assets means those assets against which you can get money. जो asset के सामने पैसा मिलेगा, they are realized. मतलब you get money. So realizable assets are those assets against which you get money. देखो, building बेच के पैसा मिलेगा. Furniture sell get money. Debtor is a human being. You cannot sell debtors. But debtors से मुझे पैसा लेना है. I have sold goods on credit. So I will get money from debtors. Realizable. Stock sell करके पैसा मिलेगा. even bill receivable, I have to collect money. So building से लेके BR all are realizable. Cash, there is a separate cash bank. So what you will do? All assets and liabilities will come here. Liabilities came on the credit side. Assets now will come on the debit side. Come to the debit side. Now here, वहाँ पे heading दिया sundry liabilities. जहाँ पे you will give the heading sundry assets. Two sundry assets. Now what you will do? Building से लेके bill receivable, all of them one below the other in the first column and take the total outside. ठीक है? Building 88,000. Furniture 12,000. Debtors 32. Stock 24. And bill receivable 4,000. ठीक है? All realizable assets. Cash is not realizable because cash is already realized. पैसा पैसा ही है. Against this you will get money. You will get. इसके लिए it is called as realizable. But when I say cash, cash is already in the form of money only. ठीक है? Take the total. You can do directly also. 164 minus 6, or you can take the total. 1,60,000. Here directly also you can do. Cash बाकी रखा है 164 minus 4 160, or you add up you get 160. Getting it? So see, I'll repeat the posting. Creditors, bills payable. Credit side of realization. Buy sundry liabilities. Creditors, bills payable outside. Reserve fund, capital exactly same how we did in balance sheet. And your assets other than cash, everything came here. अभी क्या बचा? Cash. Same like admission. We are preparing cash bank. So come to the debit side of cash bank. Asset side पे है. So to balance brought down 4,000. So if you see, half the posting was same like your admission. Reserve fund, cash bank, capital, सब cash bank और capital में गया. Only thing is there is no balance sheet. So assets and liabilities instead of going in the balance sheet went to realization. Clear? This is the posting. So assets on the debit side and liabilities on the credit side. Now let's take the adjustments. Assets were realized as under. Realized मतलब पैसा मिलेगा. Now listen very carefully. Building, debtors, stock, BR. गणेश का पार्ट अलग है. These four assets के सामने you are going to get money. Now listen very carefully. बोर्ड पे देखो बराबर. Assets are lying on the debit side of realization. I transferred all assets on debit side of realization. Now they are being settled. How? Either you are selling it or against that you are getting money. Listen very carefully. When I transferred from the balance sheet, it came here. Now they are realized. Against that I am getting money. So if I have posted here and I am getting money, I have to settle it by removing it. What I will do is credit. So I transfer it here and then when I get money, I will credit. पैसा मिल रहा है, assets है. So what you will do? When I get money, you can leave one line for presentation. Write there. Buy cash bank account, underline. Buy cash bank account, underline. Now see, I am getting money against which all assets? Put one below the other. Building. कितना मिल रहा है? 82. फर्स्ट कॉलम में लिखो. Building 82,000. Debtors 22,000. Stock 20,000. Bills receivable 3,200. Okay? Building, debtors, stock, bills, receivable. Getting it now? What I am getting? Money. assets realized, पैसा आ रहा है. See, you have put it here. So now when I am getting money, I will record it on the opposite side. And because I am getting money, I will write by cash bank. Take the total, 82 and 24, 104, 124, 127, 200, 23, 45, 47, 127, 200. Now listen, same logic, adjustment है. Every adjustment has got minimum 2 effects. अभी देखो, heading क्या है? Buy cash bank. This is the breakup. तो अगर buy cash bank है, can I say it has to come on the debit side of cash bank? How we do in addition ना? Cash bank to goodwill. So goodwill with credit में जाएगा buy cash bank. Same way realization के credit में buy cash bank. Money is coming in, so you will come to the debit side. पैसा आ रहा है. So whenever money comes in, you have to debit cash bank. Now listen, when you write in cash bank, there is no need for segregation. We just have to write the total. Cash bank mein there is no need for segregation. So come to the debit side of cash bank, write it. To realization account, 127, 200. To realization account, 127, 200. I'll repeat. पैसा आ रहा है. Buy cash bank, building data stock BR. So 127, 200 and debit side of cash bank to realization account 127, 200. No need to write a segregation. So entry becomes what? Cash bank to realization. This breakup here is just for presentation. When you write in cash bank, it has to be total. Getting it now? See, I'll repeat again. Assets you have transferred it here. Now against that you are getting money, so reverse it. And पैसा आ रहा है, so you will write by cash bank and money coming in cash bank के debit side में to realization. आगे. Ganesh agreed to take over furniture for 10,000. देखो, building data stock भी आ गया. Furniture का कुछ नहीं हुआ अभी तक. Not necessary anything has to happen. Sometimes you throw it away, तो कुछ नहीं करना है. But what is happening here? Ganesh took over. What I told you in the starting when explaining the concept, asset can be either sold to an outsider, take money, or it can be taken over by a partner. अभी ध्यान से देखो. Furniture is here. Taken over by whom? Ganesh. So going out, so I will credit. If I get money, which I got here, I wrote by cash bank. Asset is going out, so we credit. पैसा मिल रहा है तो we write by cash bank. But what is happening? Who has taken over? Ganesh. So instead of writing cash bank, you will write by Ganesh's capital. So if asset is going out, you credit by cash bank. And if asset is going out and taken over by partners, you will not write by cash bank but by Ganesh. So it is not sold. If it was sold, you would have written by cash bank, but it is taken over by Ganesh. So by Ganesh's capital account, that is 10,000. Now what you will do? When I wrote by cash bank, second effect went on the debit side of cash bank. When I write by Ganesh capital, second effect you will write on the debit side of capital to realization account 10,000. Okay? By Ganesh's capital 10,000 and to realization in the column of Ganesh 10,000. Clear with this? I repeat, if it was sold by cash bank, it is taken over by the partner, so by partner's capital and debit the respective partner. Clear? Next. Realization expenses amounted to 2,000. Now, starting I told you, what are dissolution or realization expenses? See, when you close the business, sometimes you have to incur some expenses to close it. जैसे एसेट सेल करने के लिए यू टेक हेल्प ऑफ एन एजेंट, तो उसको कमीशन देना पड़ेगा, ब्रोकरेज देना पड़ेगा, और सम एसेट इज नॉट इन अ गुड कंडीशन, तो उसको थोड़ा रिपेयरिंग करो, पेंटिंग करो, सो यू गेट मोर मनी. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड एज डिसोल्यूशन और रियलाइजेशन एक्सपेंसेस. ये चैप्टर में ध्यान रखना, ऑल एक्सपेंसेस एंड इनकम इन डिसोल्यूशन विल बी डेल्ट थ्रू रियलाइजेशन अकाउंट. ऑल एक्सपेंसेस एंड इनकम इन डिसोल्यूशन will be dealt through realization account. expenses you will debit, incomes you will credit. So कितना है realization expenses? 2000. It is an expense, debit realization. Come to the debit side of realization, and expense you will pay money. So come to the debit side of realization. Right there, to cash bank account 2000. To cash bank account 2000. Okay? I'll repeat. It is an expense. Therefore, we debit realization, and you have paid money to cash bank. To cash bank. That means what? पैसा बाहर जा रहा है. Come to the credit side of cash bank. You will write there by realization account 2000. Getting it now? पैसा आएगा, debit cash bank, money goes out, credit cash bank. So payment of expenses comes here, receipt of asset comes here. Clear with this all of you all till now? Okay? Now listen very carefully. The most important point of the chapter. After posting, after all the adjustments, normally we close this account. वो करना है, but उसके पहले remember, this will never be given in the question. You have to do. ये चीज फिट कर लो दिमाग में. You cannot close the business. You cannot close the business unless and until all your liabilities are paid. You cannot close your business unless and until all your liabilities are paid. अभी देखो, how many liabilities are there? Creditors and bills payable. Whether question says or no, you have to pay your liabilities. Whether question says or no, you have to pay off your liabilities. So what you will do, ये दोनों को pay करना है. Getting it now? Whether information there or no, you cannot close realization account unless and until all liabilities are paid. यहाँ पे दो है, creditors, bills payable. I have not paid any of them. So now you will make the payment. So what you will do? How you will pay? देखो, assets यहाँ पे था. You sold, you got money. So we wrote here. Same way, liabilities you have transferred here. Now I will pay. Asset यहाँ पे था, it went out, so you credit it. Liabilities is here, it is being settled, so you will debit it. So opposite effect. So liabilities I have transferred here. Now I will make the payment of both of them. So come to the debit side, leave one line if you want. To cash bank account, underline. Creditors 18,400. Bills payable 5,600. So you get 24. Nothing given, that means you have to pay at the same amount. Nothing given, that means you have to pay at the same amount. To cash bank, पैसा बाहर जा रहा है. Come to the credit side of cash bank. Right. By realization account 24,000. ठीक है? By realization account 24,000. Clear with this? I'll repeat again. You cannot close the business unless and until all liabilities are paid. Everything is done. Creditors, bills payable बाकी है. It is here. Make the payment to cash bank. Creditors 18,400. Bills payable 5,600. You get the total as 24,000. Clear with this? Okay. Now, after paying of the liabilities, close realization account and see what is profit loss. Same concept of dissolution of now addition. See which side is greater. 160 to 186. Debit is looking greater. 186. 186. 24 and 27. 51. 151 to 161 200. So 24,800. Yeah. Okay. See, same like admission. take the total of the debit minus the credit, or credit minus, see which is greater. Debit side is greater, so this is a balance here, loss. Now what we used to call it in admission? Admission में it was revaluation, we called it as revaluation loss. यहाँ पे it is realization, so we call it as realization loss. So what you do? By realization loss, underline, write the names of both the partners. Ganesh, Karthik, amount के सामने कार्तिक लिखो, and the ratio is equal. 24,800 को divide करो, 12,400, 12,400, 12,400, 12,400, and this realization loss come to the debit side to realization 12,400, 12,400 to realization 12,400, 12,400. Got it now? Admission bit was what? By revaluation loss, and here to revaluation. Now same like admission, close the account, get the balance. क्या करना है which is but get the balance first. Credit is looking greater, 140, 140, 22. So 117,600, 80 and 10. Sorry, 40 and 10. मैं 1 lakh लिया. 50,000. Sorry. 50,000 minus 22. 27,600. This is 80 and 10. 90. So 77,600. Okay. Sorry, I took instead of 10 I took 1. 27,600, 77,600. Now listen. What we should do in admission in final accounts? We should write here to balance carried down. कहाँ जाता था? Balance sheet में. What I told you, dissolution में there is no balance sheet. ये कहाँ जाएगा? Simple. There is only one account, cash bank. It has to go there only. Logic क्या है? What I told you, after paying off the liabilities, after getting all money against assets, जो भी बचता है, it has to go to partners. तो difference in partners capital will go to cash bank. अगर यहाँ पे है तो to cash bank, यहाँ पे है तो by cash bank. So against this write to cash bank, and दो है तो write it separately. By Ganesh's capital account 27,600, by Karthik capital account 77,600. Okay? By Ganesh's capital 27,600, by Karthik capital 77,600. Now listen, what used to happen in admission and final accounts? Balance sheet used to get tally. यहाँ पे balance sheet है ही नहीं. यहाँ पे cash bank is the last account. So in dissolution, cash bank has to tally. There cannot be a difference. देखो check करो. Debit side 131, 200, 24 and 2, 26, 53, 53 and 760, 130. Yes, 131, 200. Got it? So admission and final accounts में we used to prepare balance sheet. It was tallying. Dissolution में cash bank has to tally. Why? Because business is not going to continue. Business बंद हो गया. So there is no question of any balance. So no balance, so no balance sheet. So partners account settled. हिसाब किताब बराबर. Close the business safely. So that was dissolution. I'll brush up everything again. Dissolution means closing down the business for any reasons, loss में, dispute, whatever is the reason you decide business बंद करना है. That is called as dissolution. Accounts. Realization, partners capital, cash bank plus extra account. When it comes, we'll see. Do the posting. Assets, liabilities will go in realization. Reserves and capital like admission distribute among the partners. Capital go in capital balances. When you sell assets, reverse it. Come to the credit side. Buy cash bank. Debit side of cash bank. Expenses, realization to cash bank. payment of liabilities, realization to cash bank. Assets taken over by partner, credit side by partner's capital. If you sell, you get money by cash bank, but if a partner takes over, by partner's capital. By cash bank, debit side of cash bank, by partner's capital, debit side of partner's capital. After doing all the posting, all the adjustment, remember one thing: do not close the realization account without checking whether all liabilities have been paid. Creditors and bills payable, there is no information, so you have to pay both of them. यहाँ पे है, so make the payment, money goes out to cash bank, both the same amount, and credit side of cash bank. After that, close realization, get profit loss, transfer that to capital, and capital ka balance, which in final accounts and admission went to balance sheet, now will go to cash bank, and cash bank will tally. See the video carefully, revise this sum carefully. Today being the first day, I am not doing any other sum. Normally dissolution में 2 से 3 sum, 2 sums so easily we can do right from the starting only. But today, since it's a first lecture, I don't want to give more stress. We have just done 1 sum. Next time we will do 2 sums. ठीक है? Just listen to the video carefully, understand the concept of dissolution, and आराम से see पूरा sum. अपने आप 2-3 बार solve करो, you will 100% get it. If not, please call it. ठीक है? That's it for the day. Take care, guys.